Today's video will be a crash course on UL certification for solar power systems, but it will be quick, it will be easy, and we're going to go over common scams that companies use with these certificates to push low quality products. Because these certifications are not made equally, and you need to know what to look for. Now first, we're going to talk about batteries, and there's 3 levels of certification. First, you can be certified at the cell level. That means only the cells inside the battery are certified and nothing else around it is. Next, you can have a pack level certificate, and that means the entire battery pack is certified to a standard. And the standard for solar batteries is UL 1973. Next level is system certification. So this means the batteries, the inverters, and everything that connects it together is all certified. And the standard for solar power systems is UL 9540. Now first, let's talk about the lowest level, the cell level certificate. If a battery has that and it has no other certificates, it's usually a red flag because most budget batteries use EV rated cells and they're all UL listed. Even a cheap battery on AliExpress or the raw cells on Amazon, those have UL listings, so that is not special. When it doesn't have any certificates, that's a really bad sign. That means those cells are used, and usually the barcode is scratched off and they perform really bad. Also, this doesn't tell you how good the cells actually are. You can have a 2,000 cycle life cell and an 8,000 cycle life cell and they have the same UL listing. And you could have the lowest build quality battery on the planet, but it could still have UL listed cells. So on its own, it doesn't tell you much. Next, we have pack level certificates, and these actually make a difference. This means the entire battery is certified to a certain standard and tested by a laboratory. But even better is that they actually guarantee that the hardware you're getting is consistent. A lot of companies nowadays, including WattCycle and others, are using different cells, different BMS, and they have different build quality, so you never know what you're going to get. But if a battery has UL 1973, you don't have to worry about this. The manufacturer is audited and inspected to ensure that they're actually doing the same thing every time unless they have to get recertified. Now, testing to this standard is pretty easy, and there's some budget batteries that actually do pass. To pass, you have to have good cells, and you have to have consistent quality with the cells. You have to use certain materials when you build the battery, and it has to have a list of safety features, and then they test it. Now, what it doesn't test for is new updates with the software. So if you buy a battery and it has an over-the-air update and then it bricks the battery, they're not testing for that. But the strong point of this certificate, in my opinion, is the materials used, the cells ensuring that they're consistent and they're not swapping in cheap cells later, and consistent build quality. Now, something strange about pack level certification is with 48 volt batteries, it's very common. Even an $850 eco-worthy server rack battery has it. But the 12 volt batteries, it's pretty rare, and you have to spend a lot of money to get it. Usually the only ones that actually provide it in a high quality battery is Discover or Lithionics, and those cost a lot of money. The only one that's priced right in the middle is the Epic battery, and currently I'm desperate to find competition for it. There's not that many options on the market, but the 48 volt market has unlimited options, so hopefully in the next year that changes. Next, we're going to talk about system level certification, and this is UL 9540. This means that the inverter, the battery, and everything else conforms to a high standard. And this is what you need to connect your system to the grid legally. Now, once you get up to this level of testing, things should work. And if they don't, my understanding is the insurance company is going to sue that company because it needs to be working perfectly. It could still die early and lose capacity and have a warranty claim, but it still needs to be safe to use, and you shouldn't have any fires or any other issues. Now, last year, to get to this level of certification, there weren't many batteries on the market and they cost a lot of money. But now even the budget batteries on Amazon conform to this standard, which is incredible. Now, this level of certification is only for higher voltage batteries above 48 volts. You're not going to see this in 12 volt batteries. Now, with this level of certification, it's not just the battery, it's everything in the system. So everything that you connect together including the cables, the lugs, and everything else has to conform to this standard. You can't have a stack of UL listed batteries, use them improperly, and then say, hey, they caught on fire, I don't know what happened. For this certificate to matter, you need to install your system and get it permitted and inspected, and then you get the benefits. Now, something that everyone needs to know is UL 9540 is not UL 9540A. That is just a single test. It's an important test, and a lot of products pass it, and a lot of companies use it to advertise with, but that is not UL 9540. 9540A is a thermal runaway fire propagation test, and that's it. And I've seen lots of companies do this. It throws you off. You see 9540 and you get excited, but then there's an A, and that means it doesn't tell you much. And there's some cheap garbage batteries out there that advertise this, and they are absolutely not a system level battery, so you have to keep an eye out for this one. Next up are inverters, and the main standard is UL 1741. This ensures that it's safe to use and there's proper grounding, and if you connect it to the grid, it's not going to backfeed when it's not supposed to. And some basic features that all inverters should have, and most inverters conform to this standard. Now, this standard has been added onto with UL 1741 SA and SB, and this adds some interesting features to increase grid stability in places like California or with smart grids. Now, these inverter certifications are pretty common and don't tell you if the software is good, the quality of the inverter and how long it will last, or if you can use it in the grid for your area. It still needs UL 9540. So when it comes to inverters, you can ignore most of the certifications and go straight to the 9540 part, because UL 1741 on its own is good, but it doesn't do much. Now I'm going to make this super simple. If you're connecting to the grid, even if you live in a small county that has very lax regulations, you want UL 9540. That's so that you can insure your home and you're safe. Now let's say you're completely disconnected from the grid, but you still have home insurance. You have to go with UL 9540. And considering how cheap it is to get that stuff, there's no reason not to. UL 9540 is fantastic. Now, if you're off grid with a 12 volt system, you should go for 1741 for your inverter, and your batteries hopefully can have 1973. There is not that many options on the market for those batteries, but hopefully in the next year or so we'll have more. Also, if you're still using 12 volts, I highly recommend stepping up to 48 volts so you can use better equipment that's cheaper and more efficient. So yeah, this is good for 12 volts, but I definitely recommend stepping up to 48. Now let's say you live off grid, higher voltage system, you have no insurance, and you just want the best bang for your buck battery. I would say the best idea is a DIY box. I would not do a raw cell system on your own. That on the forum has caused the most issues. They are so cheap to buy a box now with a BMS installed, just go with that instead. After testing these things in my backyard and seeing how they catch on fire, they are very, very dangerous. You really don't know until you see one of these batteries fail in person, and it can be terrifying. And today it is so cheap to get a good battery. Whether it's listed or not, just go with the higher quality stuff. Now, batteries might be cheap, but having a nice inverter with good software matters a lot. It makes the whole experience so much better. So if you can afford it, buy a nicer inverter if you can. Now, when you build these systems, the number one problem I find is loose connections and bad crimps. I just had someone send me one and it was terrifying. It almost caused a fire. So usually these devices don't fail, but user error from bad installation is super common. So even if you live off grid and you're self-sufficient and you do everything on your own, don't be scared to ask for help. Ask on the forum or get a professional to check your system. Even if no one's around and there's no regulations, get a professional to eyeball it and get a second set of eyes on it. These systems have to be perfect. The amount of energy stored in a battery is terrifying. Make sure your system is perfect. Whether it's a small system, a cheap system, or an expensive system, everything needs to be done right. So anyways, I hope you liked the video. A lot of stuff that people need to know about. And the 9540A, keep an eye out for it, because once you see it once, you'll see it everywhere. And yeah, I hope you liked the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.